Dear chocolate lovers, we are live. We are at Salon du Chocolat in Paris, and you are watching the second day of the competition of the World Chocolate Masters. Our finalists are divided in two groups. Group 2 is now working on the hashtag taste, and we only have one contestant left to present the fresh patisserie in front of the jury. It's Jiro from Japan.
Yes, I'm here with Jiro, and again, he has finished in time. He's got all his plates plated up and ready to go. The crowd is cheering him on. And again, so I think we're in for a real treat. This one's got lots of flavors and textures. So Jiro, you ready, nearly? Okay, 5, 3, 2, 1. Finished. If you'd like to take it over to Mark.
Dear esteemed jury, please welcome Jiro from Japan. Jiro, welcome, and if you'd like to present to us your beautiful creation, please.
Thank you. 日本語で。これはデリガントのコンセプトの N の部分を表現してます。ニュートリエンス。まずそれを言ってます。全部やってから。でそれで柚子とチョコレートをコンビネーションした、美味しいだけじゃないエレガントさを加えた新しいデザートです。
So he was saying that his concept called Elegant, every letters have a single assignment. So this is the N of Elegant as for nutrients. Until now, everything that we were thinking when talking about confectionery was a good taste or a good design. But Jiro think otherwise, that we have to think about healthy. That's why this piece is packed with a lot of nutrients that are good for the body. So in the end, we get healthier by eating good things. Yeah.
Thank you very much. Congratulations. You now can rest a little bit onto the bonbon. Thank you.
So it looks amazing. Is it amazing? You were, Davide, amazed about the texture. You just whispered in my ear, wow, the texture is amazing. Tell me.
Yeah, when I cut the dessert, you have a sound, you have the different texture. Inside is it's really cool to see.
It's crispy, and I like the idea of eating healthy stuff. Is that correct, Marcus?
It is a trend that is only going to get bigger. He's working with a lot of plant-based techniques, which is going to be part of our future, whether we approve of it or not, or whether we like or buy in on it or not. He's got an incredible amount of sub-recipes in there, and we just counted 6 different layers that he has in there, and he tops it by a foam. The first one that is working with a siphon foam technique at the championships so far.
Yes.
And I haven't even tasted it yet.
Yeah, it looks quite familiar to the Bonbon, where he's also working with different layers of ganache and chocolate.
No, and it's all the textures, but it's also, he worked with yuzu.
Yes.
Yuzu, of course, very popular in Japan. But yuzu also, you need to balance it very well. Because if you get too strong in yuzu, it becomes straight away an overkill of the chocolate. And I think here he has really found that perfect balance in between the yuzu and the chocolates.
Marcus, is this something easy to serve? Because, okay, we are looking at fresh patisserie, but this means that from a commercial point of view, you should easily...
As served right now,
yes,
it would have to be amended. The very, very thin tool that he's working, it will not refrigerate well, so you couldn't put it in a counter and then try to sell and hope to get it home to the customer and it arriving in the same shape. So you would have to do some alterations to it. But the combinations of flavors that he puts in there, unlike anything that we've tasted so far. Very, very, very interesting.
So, thumbs up for Japan. This is a real fierce and tough competition, as you can hear. Mark, luckily, we are having 18 professional jury members. What's their advice?
Well, do you know, Virginie, it seems like everybody's digging in, they're reading the description, they're wanting to analyze and understand about more. exactly what Jiro was trying to deliver here, and I'm seeing big eyes and big wows, and they're hearing But now really the important thing, as you say, is what do the jury think? And I have David with me. David, what are your first initial thoughts of what you've just discovered?
Well, the outside has a very nice crunch. The inside is it's a very nice combination of flavors, textures. The yuzu is coming out really good, especially in combination with the mousse and so on, and it's very nice.
Well, there you go. We've got thumbs up here from our juror, and I am sure that the rest of the jury are going to be sort of digging in and discovering all the different layers of flavors and textures that Jiro was trying to come through. And of course, remember, packed full of nutrients. So I reckon they're probably all going to be doing a marathon later on this afternoon.
Oh my God, Mark, eating chocolate and being healthy at the same time. What else do we want? What else do we need? I think that we're in for a very exciting day, as this afternoon the first group of finalists will have to present the same assignment. Maybe let's do a little recap. Let's have a look at the highlights we have this morning with group number 2.
Esteemed jury, please welcome Nicolas from Greece to present our very first taste.
Still got that tingle on my palate, it's lovely.
International jury, please welcome Anna from Italy.
Wow, what a pop of flavors that had.
Stephen Trigg from the United Kingdom and Ireland.
It's very good. He stays really in his team, so big chapeau for him.
Please welcome Carlo from the Netherlands with a very, very pretty leaf.
It's a disaster.
Everything is well crafted, the sablé, everything has a specific purpose, and the overall experience will give you a very natural look of the whole thing.
Mesdames et messieurs, juristes, veuillez faire la bienvenue à Antoine pour la France.
I was a little bit skeptical at first, but I think the overall blend and taste is really flawless to me.
Members of the jury, please welcome Dong Sok from Korea.
Everything is spot on, and the flavors are clear to me as well. So the fennel, the passion fruit, chocolate, everything's there. For me, it could be the leader.
Please welcome Issam from Morocco.
I think he expressed his feeling, the texture-wise. I think as well it's wonderful. I think so.
Jury members, please welcome Luke, who is representing Spain.
Really have that strong flavor of the caramelized apples, like caramel comes straight into your mouth, but it's not sweet. Like I'm very sensitive to when desserts are very sweet, so you have a beautiful caramel flavor without it being like overly sweet. So that's very interesting.
And very interesting having a look back. Thank you very much for giving us these great highlights. So, thank you also very, very much, Marieke van Beurden, Marcus Borra, and of course, Davide Gomache. Hope to see you back this afternoon for another round of 9 fresh patisseries. And you promised me to give me your top 3, huh?
Yes.
So, Marcus, yes, get ready. Talking about tops and tops 3, what about, dear chefs, your second assignment, the bonbons? Are you ready? Alexander, please give me some updates.
I'm here together with Yuk at his workstation, representing Spain, and Yuk is finishing his bonbon. It's quite interesting because we all know, as a chocolatier, that we always close a bonbon with the same chocolate that we have used. But Yuk is basically only spraying a very thin layer of cocoa butter underneath. I guess he wants something very, very thin at the end. Look at the result, he just unmolded his beautiful bonbon.
Well, you know, here I am at this beautiful table that is managed here by Nicolas from Greece. If you'll remember, he had in his fantastic window balloons, and that is now the theme that is carried through in the shape of the bonbons. He's tapping right now to get all the bubbles out, because the last thing you want is to have a bubble in there. But we've got different textures and different layers, but I'm just going to quickly interrupt him and ask him exactly what is inside before you close this.
So here my insight was to have something that's fully antioxidant, but also to be calming. This was created like a perfumer would do, starting from aromas that really, really calm and relax us, as I mentioned before, like a chocolate meditation. So I have here geranium herb, which is very floral, and also I have raspberry aronia powder, aronia fruit, which is really, really powerful in antioxidants, and kaffir lime, and this combination creates the smell of a rose without it having a rose inside.
We're witnessing some true alchemy here right now, and fantastic. And just one or two people from Greece applauding. There may be a few more, I can't hear them, but, you know, oh, that's a bit better. What is wonderful is that we're looking at some science, we're looking at techniques, we're looking at technology, we're looking at ways in which we can have alternatives. And this is really quite important in the world of today, where we can't always source things from the other side of the world, but we need to try and replicate. And in doing so, we're looking at the science, and of course, thankfully, Nicolas has a degree and is a master in sciences and in chemistry, so he can understand how the composition of flavor and scent and how that works on the palate and on the sensations. This is magic. We're witnessing some real magic right here. Thank you.
Well, I'm here with Don Suk, and we've got our own magic going on over here. So Don Suk has just been tempering some cocoa butter, some chocolate, to spray into a mold, but it's used a special kind of colouring because we've had to use all natural colouring. So could you tell us about it?
He's not using the food coloring. He's just using one thing called green barley sprout, which is harvested in Korea, and then one kind of barley. So it has a really green, and then I'm not really sure about the I don't know, I'm not really sure what it is, but it's one kind of like a green color of the plants.
Okay, brilliant. So it's totally natural. It comes from a plant, and it's not necessarily a colouring, it's just the plant itself. So we get a really nice organic green colour going there. Yes, and he's about to spray this into the forms that he's already made. And so how were these molds made, do you know?
It's just a film that has his mold on, and then they just, I don't know, cut it in the shape that he made.
Okay, so I think we've had some 3D printing going on here to get the nice shape to give the garnish. So it's all looking very exciting over here.
Well, here I am at the Italian table. Now, you can see Anna is all over the place trying to finish off on her bonbon. The reason being is, of course, there's a lot of technique, as we've heard and seen and witnessed on so many of the other contestants. But here's a quick question. Anna, dime, por favore, what is the content of the bonbon? What is your creation?
Allora, c'è una gelée alla griotte, una ganache al madirofolo, che non è un madirofolo ma è il mio Malagasy, il pralinato pistacchio.
So we have a griotte, cherry griotte gelée, then a ganache with Malagasy chocolate, error noir chocolate, and then a praline with pistachio di Bronte.
Well, thank you very much. And something to be specific about this, because you see, like Anna has done with wild strawberries, very specific in varieties. The griotte, these are cherries that are quite punchy. They're not something you just eat like this. So clearly wanting to have a contrast in flavors and acidity and a bit of sort of kick to it. And of course, we've got the specific pistachios that come from Italy. They are very different to any of the others that you would find anywhere else. So again, local and looking at something very specific. So this is what Anna's creating, something that is home, that is got tantalizing in flavor, but also very specific on the ingredients being used. Julie, what have you got to show with us?
Well, actually, I'm here with Sam, and he's looking very organised. There's not actually a lot going on his table at the moment, but he's got some beautiful flavours coming into his chocolates. He's got lots of layers. So we've got a crispy hazelnut base, we've got yuzu jelly, and we've got a lunga chocolate ganache. So yeah, we can't wait to see the finished one, the finished final piece.
Well, I'm here with Stephen, and as you can imagine, we are sort of counting down to the last few moments in order to get the bonbons getting out. But, you know, we're not going to interrupt him yet. We're just going to see a little bit more stress, a bit more drama, because that's what we like to see here at the World Chocolate Masters. But, Stephen, tell us, what have you created for us here?
So I have a whiskey bonbon, which was my father's favorite drink. And so he would have it at Christmas with his pecan nuts and a little bit of orange. So I made an orange gel. I've made a whiskey ganache, but the whiskey comes from North Yorkshire, of course. So it is one of the only self-sustainable farms in the UK. I believe there's 2. They boil their own water, they generate their own electricity, and they grow their own wheat to make their own whiskey. And it tastes fantastic, and it's a tribute to my father, and I hope you guys enjoy it.
Well, here we go. Fantastic, all provenance, and of course, very homely, touching in the heart. You can't have a better product, really, when it comes and driven by the heart. Julie, what have you got there?
I'm here with Luke from Spain, and he's looking very organised again, and we've got some beautiful, shiny bonbons on the table. But is this the cracked earth again?
Come back.
Carrying on the theme?
Sí, al final es toda una marca, una línea, y quería que cualquier prueba que presentamos al World Chocolate Masters tuviera una identidad, y es estas grietas de la tierra seca.
Okay.
Is exactly this. It's for to follow all the assignments. The cracked land, it's represented, and also for this assignment, for the molded bonbon.
And the bonbon is really shiny, so how did he do that?
He utilizado una técnica que este bombón no está encamisado, solo está pintado. Lleva 2 capas de pintura muy finas, y para cerrarlo también, así también en boca, la capa de chocolate es muy fina y es mucho mejor el sabor.
For this bonbon, he used a different technique. So he used only a spray with the gun, and doesn't use a normal and conventional molded bonbon. So he preferred to have a very light shape, and like this inside have a very good consistency.
Thank you very much. It's looking beautiful.
Well, here I am with the Netherlands. I've got Carlo, who is busy right now just detaching some beautiful little oak leaves as decor that he created. And as you can see, all of them have different colors, a bit of shades of red, greens, and a bit of yellows. And this is the decoration he's going to have for his bonbon. And you'll see also through the theme, not only visually that he's used the oak leaf, but also we have buckwheat. And so I'm going to ask him now, what is the role of the buckwheat in the bonbon? Carlo, tell us a little bit more about the buckwheat.
About buckwheat?
Yes. In your chocolate?
Yeah, it's a roasted buckwheat, so it's nice and crispy in the praline.
And what is the flavor profile that you want to get from it?
I want to get a little bit of rainforest again with passion fruit and that kind of stuff. And a little bit banana and roasted buckwheat in the.
Well, there you have it. So you've got some tang, we've got some passion fruit, and of course the buckwheat to give you crunch. So I think that we're going to expect a lot of tantalizing, a lot of crunchiness, a lot of and. Judy, do you have as much as I have here?
Well, I'm here with Jiro, and I mean, there's been lots going on here earlier when he's been showing us all those new techniques. So at the moment they are setting, and he's now working on the final decorations. So we've got lots of things. So he's inspired by the kibos and all the different layers and all the different shapes. So we're really looking forward to seeing how he finishes it off.
Well, here I am with Antoine, who's representing France. And if you remember, just rewind a few moments ago, we saw him spraying the molds with the cocoa butter, with the chocolate. Now he's filled them, and now he's pinning them together in order to create a 3D chocolate. Now, this is a concept that has been around, but the mold and the shape of which is very different, and it's unique to him. So we'll be very excited to see what are we going to be expecting from this. And obviously, he's running around, the clock is ticking, and I just can't grab him. He's just running around all over the place. But why not? Because that is his competition after all. And, oh, hold on. Alexander, what have you got there?
I'm here at the workstation of Kim from Korea, and Kim is using a very interesting technique for the finishing of his bonbon. He basically has created a thermoform plastic to give a shape to his bonbon. But there is a cutting inside, and this cutting has been done by laser. So as you can see, candidates are using all the technology possible to make amazing, beautiful bonbon.
It's almost direct, that was.
Yes, yes, yes. Thank you very much, dear contestants, for giving us so much joy, for showing new techniques, of course, best practices, so many insights you can find on our website, worldchocolatemasters.com. We're going out for a little break, so all recipes, interviews, and of course the voting for your favorite shopping window just on the official website. See you soon. See you back at 11:55. Bye-bye.